Good evening, folks. Hope everybody's weekend is off to a good start. We're out here for another shorter than usual stream tonight. We're going to do a little bit of telescoping here at 5531 on Bear Lake. Seems like some people are pulling some trophy barbel and common carp out of there, so I figure we'll give it a shot. Right about here. Go. Now, off the top of my head, I believe this was about a 1 meter depth. Go ahead and get our lines all set up for this. We use, I don't want to use the expensive hooks in case we hook something too big out here. That is a risk. So let's go with some, we'll go with the 1/0 hooks. We'll use Nightcrawler. It's going to be a weird combination, but I'm going to do Nightcrawler and pieces of fish, since I believe the barbel actually do like the fish pieces. I know they also like muscle meat, but they certainly don't have that available. We can get our first lines in the water. A little bit of pickle action on. All right, is this a good depth? It looks like it'll do. A little hard to see that, but we can make do with it. All right, size 1/0 hook with Nightcrawler and pieces of fish. Good. Line 2 is out. And last one. There we go. Hey, Canadian. How's it going? See if I can get any of this barbel and common carp action that people have been having some luck with out here tonight. Don't know that we will, but worth a shot. Seems like Ladoga Lake is still pretty active. People pulling a lot of trophy stuff out there. Ooh, mole cricket and a rhino beetle larva. Like that. So next week, I do plan on starting to do the alternating Fishing Planet RF4 streams. And something else I want to try to focus on with the RF4 streams, since right now I'm kind of in just the slow silver grind for the next telescopic rod upgrades. I want to do some more experimentation and try to get some data. So I think for my streams, I'll set up some spreadsheets and we'll start experimenting with like different hook sizes and stuff like that to see if we see any patterns with bite rate and average fish size. Find a busy area like Ladoga Lake where we can catch enough fish in a short amount of time to where we can tally up each fish caught on each rod with a different hook size and what the size of it was, and compare after a few streams doing that to see if we can make sense of what these hook sizes do for us. I did reach out on the main Discord to see if anybody had some recommendations for the next telescopic upgrades, but haven't gotten any responses yet. No bites yet. I may take the pieces of fish off of these and go to Nightcrawler and diced cheese, maybe. See what the barbel out here like on telescopic. Barbel. They like crayfish tail and not giving them that, but yeah, diced cheese and honey dough. Okay, let's do that. Let's swap the pieces of fish out for diced cheese. Hey Demeter, how's it going? Oh, apparently we had a roach on this line. Didn't even know it. Almost a trophy. That was unexpected. All right, let's get the diced cheese on here. Yeah, if you missed what I said a minute ago, I'm going to start next week. I'm going to start alternating Fishing Planet and RF4. But for my RF4 streams, I'm going to start making them a little more little more sciencey, I'm going to have a spreadsheet to start tabulating for testing. Like I'll have a different hook size on each line is going to be my first test, and just start getting the results of what each hook is catching to see if we can find some patterns as far as what hook size affects it, how much affects bite rate, how much it affects average fish size, stuff. See if it affects the species caught, stuff like that. Because I'm at that point now where I'm just slow grinding to the next really expensive telescopic rod upgrade. So I figure I might as well get some information out of the grind that's useful. What's this? So allegedly, people have been catching a lot of trophy common carp and barbel here. Excuse me. But we'll see if that holds true. There we go. Got. Nope. Yeah, it's not ready to hook. Come on. Which some of the trophy barbel I've seen caught out here on the Discord were caught with muscle meat, but don't have any of that, and I would rather not use muscle meat if I did have it on barbel. Yeah, I hear you there, Canadian. It's I wish there was a better system in Twitch for it, because like I do the 3-minute once per hour to eliminate the ad breaks for an hour, and I used to just start my stream up and just run the ad, but I wouldn't actually go to the live stream until after the ad was over. But what I found is that during the if people would log in during that time period and see just the starting screen for that time period on the side in addition to the ads, and they would just leave and not come back. I found that a little bit better retention if I just left it on and fished through it. But it is annoying that they have such a high requirement to get rid of the pre-roll ads. I appreciate that, Demeter. Let's try one of those on here, see what we get. We'll swap the Nightcrawler out for the muscle meat. We'll leave the Nightcrawlers on the other two just in case. Oh no worries, Canadian. Real life always takes priority. I know the feeling there. End of the year is always a pricey time for me. After freaking property taxes and stuff like that, it's like, ugh. It's got something planned with that line there, but not quite committing. Doing our shovel and scooping. How's the reno and remodeling coming along? Getting good ways into it? Looks like we got a grass carp here. Almost 6 kilo. That was a bad cast. Go. If the bite rate doesn't pick up here pretty quickly, I may travel back over to Ladoga Lake. Nice. Floors, getting the floors in, that's one of the more work intensive part a lot of time, depending on what kind of floor you're putting in. Oh yeah, flooring nowadays, it's and a lot of it right now is because there is so much reno going on while the markets are still fairly good, so very high demand. I know the next time I do floors, going forward, I'm not even going to mess with hardwoods or carpets anymore. I'm just going to get the the waterproof vinyl flooring because it's so much easier to maintain that it's just like, I'll just stick with that. Screw it. Hardwood's nice and all, but yeah. Especially like if you have pets or something, like with hardwood, you risk getting the hardwood scratched up. With carpet, you risk messes, if a cat throws up a hairball or a dog has an accident, the carpet's pretty much in a rough spot. There's the waterproof vinyl, you can just wipe it right up, and worst comes to worst, it's such cheap flooring that it's not a big deal to replace it. All right, this bite rate is not impressing me. Give it a few more minutes, and if it doesn't pick up, I'll switch over to Ladoga Lake. This is why I got to stop bothering looking at spots on the main Discord, because they never work for me. And back up. Oh, got common minnow out there. Nice. Actually, I don't think I've ever caught any common minnow out there at the Ladoga Lake. Very nice. Yeah, it loves the Ventus there. Like the trophy rate's super high. Which is nice because they're also like they're not a bad fish. They're a lot better than gibble and stuff like that. Island in the middle of the lake, one of the ones you have to boat out to. One day I'll figure out where some active salmon out there are, and we'll try to catch those on the Tele. But it's hard to pin down because usually people are catching those just randomly trolling. Tiny grass carp here. Oof. What are we back into? Push this, okay. Yeah, let's go to Ladoga. This is a waste of time. Now, the question is, do we try the old spot, do we try the roach spot, or do we try some other random spot? First off, let's go ahead and put the size 2-aught hooks back on everything. With our mayfly and dung beetle combo. Looks like I better buy another batch of the mayfly as well. Got those set up, and last one. There we go. All right, let me grab one more batch of the mayfly before we head out there. Try the island at 1 meter depth. All right, let me pick these up and go. Was it the third island out here, or was it this one? Middle one. Go ahead and grab the boat ticket while I wait for the response there. And do a little bit of shoveling before we go in the water. The longer island. All right. Oh, camp. It's on the island with the camp. Okay. Wait, we don't need to get a. Or are you talking about this island right here? Little to the left. Okay, let me grab a boat. I still really wish they would add a boat for these ones where you can't fish from it, but it's like a 1 silver boat rental. All right, here we go. Going over to this island right up here. Were you fishing to the north or south side of it? South side, all right. Okay. Yes, we're at the very end on towards the camp over here. All right, he's in the water. Last one. Followed up with a nice bait scooping. Got a gammerus. All right, here we go. Now we wait. So you got Trophy Ventus and the Trophy Minnow. We're using, I'm assuming smaller hooks with the mayfly lure if you got a minnow on there. Although then again, I get like 15-gram Tugin on a 2-watt hook, so part of why I want to start doing the spreadsheet tabulating to try and find out like some sort of pattern to the way the hook sizes affect things. Is it a 22 hook? Yeah, that's the crazy thing there is like you're using a size 22 hook and you'll get a Trophy Ventus. So you would think that a larger hook would give you a higher chance, but I mean, it may be a higher chance. At the same time, like if you have a smaller hook, you have such a higher bite rate that ends up being a wash. We'll try the 2-aughts out here for a little bit. Nothing bites. We'll switch down to tiny hooks. Another bait scoop. Oh, we got a raid coming in from Jig Magger. Appreciate the raid there, Jig. Welcome everyone to the channel. Just out here at Ladoga Lake. We tried Bear Lake, but the bite rate was pretty abysmal. So I'm trying a spot out here. Right now I've got some oversized hooks with a 2-aught on there using mayfly and dung beetle. But seems like there's not too many whitefish at this spot, so I'll probably swap down to a smaller hook, go after some minnows and Ventus. I think we got a minnow on here. Yep, of course, a 14-gram minnow on a 2-aught hook. Go figure. See if we can pull a larger lake trout tonight than we did last night, that 8.2 kilo. Those of you new to the channel here, we primarily focus on telescopic fishing and try to often find weird ways to telescopic fish, like trolling with them. These smaller fish, I'm probably gonna, if this one I may have to switch to a smaller hook. It's really hard to set the hook on these minnows. 2-aught. And am I the only one that like sees a face from that reflection? It's weird. Like, it looks like eyes right there with a little mouth down there. Maybe I'm crazy, but definitely looks like a face to me. We call that the old man Ladoga. All right, so I'm going to swap down to some smaller hooks since it doesn't seem like the whitefish are active here. 22s. What do I have? Yep, I got some Rage Series 22s. That'll do. Through Mayfly with Stonefly. This one, let's do mayfly with pearl barley. And the last one, let's do mayfly with fly. Work. Have a nice little buffet for the fish out there. Also scoop some more bait. Well, there's you a Halloween costume idea for a Halloween stream, Canadian. You can be Old Man Ladoga. Let's get a paper plate and paint it up to look all rocky. All right, got some nibbles on 1 and 2 here. All right, little tiny Vendus. So nibbling on 1. There we go. Another tiny Vendus. Yeah, it's actually a decent sized one, I guess. What can you get on the mayfly and fly hook? Come on out, fish. Good, got something playing with line 1 now. I'm hoping to hear from the on the main Discord from the question I asked about the skill point rods, sort of guide my decision on the next telescopic upgrades, because I'm really hoping I can justify going with the cheaper +2 skill point rods. That way I can get a set of those, and theoretically, if it improves the average fish size, I can go after fish here at Ladoga and Tunguska and be able to get silver a lot quicker to try to get towards the more end game final rigs with the Blade Infernos and the Blade Masters. Got another small Vendus here. This line, all right, got that hooked. I'm gonna go and swap that line with the fly. I'm gonna change the fly out for something else since it doesn't seem to be picking anything up. Tiny Vendus. Let's change the fly out for redworm. Good standby. Scoop some bait. Nothing good. What we got here? Looks like another Vendus, I think. Yep. Where's everybody else fishing that tonight? Looks like Demeter's catching some grayling. You got it at Belaya. Seems like Belaya's been pretty good for both trout and burbot lately. Of course, the burbot spot there is way out of telescopic range, unfortunately. Just hopping on your downtown. But did you get any Tim Hortons out there? Don't feel bad, Demeter. Belaya is probably my worst luck map. Anytime I've gone there, I struggle to even make back the price of the travel. I don't know what it is about that river, but it does not want to give me fish. Did you get you some Tim Hortons? Well, good. Fish is playing with me here. Come on now. Camera. There we go. Another small Vindus. The common minnows don't seem to want to play today, Canadian. Hydrate, you got it. I remembered the water tonight. Cheers. Did you ever manage to get your trophy buffalo? It seems like the stonefly cricket is performing much better than all the other secondary baits, so I may swap the other two lines to that. Man, that's, I feel like there are just some fish that are like that where if you're trying to trophy hunt them, you're stuck with like a crazy low bite rate. Like catfish and sturgeon, I imagine, is just horrible. I know when I was fishing for sturgeon out there at the Actuba, it was like it was like one fish per day. Vindus there. If you want trophy frog, you just got to have Drake cast a line for you. He seems to find those trophy frog and trophy rough everywhere he goes. A lot of small fry here, though, which is not going to be a great profit, but that's all right. As long as we're getting fish, I'm okay with it. Drake got his on Oldberg. At some point, I'm going to figure out a strategy for targeting pike telescopic. Like I've gotten pike as like a accidental catch when fishing for grass carp, but when I try and actually just target them, I'll go to spots where people are catching them on spinners left and right, and I just can't get them to bite on the telly. I'm wondering if maybe like muscle meat or something like that would have a better chance to get them, because I tried with nightcrawler and pieces of fish. There's a little tiny common minnow. My biggest pike I caught on telescopic was actually with potato and nightcrawler. Oh boy, speaking of Drake, I see him catching a bunch of Donnets rough right now, so I'm sure we'll see him pull a trophy rough here in no time. He's to rough as Branna is to halibut. Oh, You ready to make an appearance on camera here, Lex? Yeah, coming up. Buddy. Some more bait here. Hopefully as the sun comes out a little more, we'll get a higher bite rate here. Haven't been catching as many halibuts since the fish migration. You'll find them again in no time. When you least expect it, I should say they'll find you when you least expect it. um, I still really want to find a good taming spot on Tunguska so I can fish up a bunch of those. Tiny Vindus and another little tiny Vindus. Well, they've just not been interested on line 3 at all, which makes me wonder. I'm gonna try casting these all a little further to the. It seems like the further to the right they are, the less bite rate I'm getting. The fish are probably getting spooked by old man Ladoga's face over there. There we go. Yeah, just casting it a little further left, and now they're immediately biting on line 3. Sometimes that's all it takes. Vindus. I'm curious, is this on? No, it's not on the grid line. There's a minnow. One way over to the side here. 41 grain. If I could get a marker minnow, that'd be nice. I'm not even going to be greedy and say I want to get a trophy, just a marker. So what fish are you catching mostly now, Brent, if it's not the halibut? Mush has been out there doing a lot of deep sea fishing too. The Tele life is getting lonely again. Gee, I wonder which one you're from, Canadian. I'm gonna guess Lithuania. Right there in the name. So, you know, a lot of investigative work went into that. All right, come on, minnows. Show me your big boys. Trying to find redfish from the Paternoster rig. It's one of the marine challenges. At least you don't have to deal with the absurdly particular challenge that is that one telescopic rod challenge. My gosh. Poor Mush was trying to get that for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. All right, get these casts back out. Something biting that line right now. What, really? Really? Gotta bite something there while I'm just laying in the water. All right. Whew, now the bite rate's picking up. It's a shame that those challenges don't have like a more tangible reward for completing them. I feel like maybe it'd be cool if like each rank of the challenges would maybe give you like an equivalent of +1 to each rig in that particular type of fishing, something like that, that just gives more of a reason and more of a reward for completing them. Get this one hooked. Did you get any practice doing the multi-rod hook setting while you were out here, Canadian? I'll hook fish on all 3 lines right now. Decent sized perch. Bite rate's really picked up suddenly. Bring this in. Bring the last one in. There's a little baby Vindus. Yeah, so anything like it, maybe like, oh, if you complete it, you get like 100 silver, or something Fishing Planet actually does with, they have their there's generic fishing challenges, and also each body of water has specific challenges, and completing them gets you a little bit of premium currency or like a premium lure or something like that. So there's that option would be neat. Like if you complete a challenge in this, you get like, here's 1 gold coin or something like that. You got 1.3 meter depth. All right, I can bump these down a bit. Minnow here. But my thing is that, like, especially with these, they're such like one time and you're done challenges that I'd rather them be some sort of generic like representation that you're better at that fishing type now. So I think that like giving them the equivalent of +1 skill to those rigs would be a really neat thing, because now you've got a little bit better chance at getting trophies now that you've completed them. Minnow. Just something to make them feel more rewarding. And then, like, I would say do that kind of reward for the fishing style challenges, but then make like the trophy logs for each map. I would say like completing a trophy log at a map, that should reward you a few gold coins. Like, okay, you've worked hard, you've done it. Here's a few gold coins to treat yourself to something somewhat nice, not Like if you complete a few maps, you might be able to buy something okay with it. Bro, I've never heard that helicopter sound at this map before. Is it rendered in the sky somewhere? I can see it. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. It'd be pretty neat to see something like that. Or if it's not a gold coin, maybe like it gives you 50 of a premium bait or something like that for completing a trophy log. A little bit bigger Ventus now. Getting close to a trophy. Yeah. A small one. Still pretty decent XP at least. Surprised we haven't got a float fishing skill gain yet. As high as the bite rate's been. Oh, got a cat attacking the mouse here. What are you doing next? Boy, he's in aggro mode here. Ow. Ow. It's that one, but that's all right. Got a cranky cat here next to me for some reason. That's what happens once you start telefishing. It's hard to look back until you're ready to buy an upgraded rod and you have access to the sea. Then it's kind of like, oh no. that's where I'm at. It's like I can pretty reliably average like 200 silver an hour, but then when I think about the fact that to get a full set of the next rods I want to get, it's going to be like 40,000 silver. It's a tall order. It is, man. Like once you get the hang of the telescopic fishing, I do think it's like the most fun way to fish on here. It can try your patience at times when you're going after some of those fish that just nibble for minutes at a time. But yeah, if it goes on the side, it's usually like out here. That's usually means it's a chub is getting on there, or like a little tiny smelt is on there. And usually, if they go on their side out here, I kind of just wait till it starts moving on its side quite a bit. Then I'm ready to set the hook. But there's other places, like if I'm fishing at Oldberg, a lot of times I will fish with the hook pretty close to the bottom. So if the line or if the float goes sideways, that usually means a carp is on there and it's ready to just go ahead and set the hook. That's kind of like the hardest part of learning a new map with telescopic is learning the different bite patterns. Got those both hooked. The worst ones are like there's several species that do it at Tunguska where they'll bring the line there or the float all the way down really fast and then let go and then they'll bite it again. But the problem is they're usually in the same spot as fish that will bring it down really quickly, and that's when you need to set the hook. It's like it's hard to tell which one's on the line, so you'll miss a lot of fish because of that out there at Tunguska. Man, I cannot get a marker common minnow to save my life. Having the luck with common minnows that I do with wild carp. Already over 45 fish caught. Another non-marker minnow. Come on, man. Oh, look, a little tiny lake trout. All right. Yeah, there you can see where that one was going sideways. It's a smelt. That's kind of their bite pattern. When they bite, they swim towards the surface, and that's why the float will go sideways with them. And because they're so small, they don't really tend to have enough strength to move these heavier floats. But unfortunately, all the like really lightweight floats are really hard to see in the water. That would be if I had, other than not being able to do any marine fishing, I think my biggest complaint with telescopic fishing on here is that there's not a big enough variety of varied color and high visibility floats. Come on, take the hook here, fish. Get some pickles and key in me. Yep. Hey, there's a float gain. 95.9. 46 skill gains, or 41 skill gains away from 100%. Just wait till you start sturgeon fishing with the tellies. That's when it gets exciting because you, even though you might only get one bite a day, there's always that fear that you're going to get one that's just too big and insta snaps it. No, I haven't caught a ripest trophy yet. I caught one that was like 24 grams off. Let's see. Yeah, ripest. RIP. Am I overlooking it here somehow? Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess I did catch one. Okay, I don't remember catching that, but I guess I did. Oh, that's. I think I may have caught that off camera at one point when I was out there at the roach spot trying to get a trophy roach. It was just barely a trophy, but it counts. I guess the ripest trophy is just not as memorable. I know I've definitely hooked some trophy grass carp on these telescopic rods, and it never ended well. What's really fun about telescopic too, when you get a trophy, like because you're bringing the fish to the top of the water or sometimes out of the water, you can like it's a lot more exciting because you can really see the size of the fish and immediately know like, oh, that's a trophy. Yeah, I know on at the other spot the other night I caught a ripus that was 24 grams shy of being a trophy. It's just a little bream. A little white bream. $55 fish caught so far. At some point, I'll figure out a good tactic for telescopic fishing on quarry. The only thing I've had that luck reliably catching out there is Vindus. A runner here, probably a chub or lake trout. Like it is a chub. So I haven't got any blue tags of any sort yet, though. Yeah, later towards Halloween, I'm going to do another telecomp and raffle of some sort. Probably be it won't be a big telescopic rod raffle. It'll probably be like a few small raffles for like 3 or 5 pieces of premium baits like mole crickets and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll do another one sometime around Halloween. Probably not on Halloween Day because I'm sure a lot of people will be doing some sort of holiday or Halloween events for that. But probably like the maybe the day before that Monday or something like that. And depending on the level of participants, it'll be either on Seversky or Oldberg. Kind of pinned it down. If all the participants are high enough level to have Seversky unlocked, we'll do that one. But if not, Oldberg will be a good standby. Really wish that premium fillet knife wasn't 5,000s or 6,000, whatever it is, silver, because I'd like to be able to start trying to farm some of those to get some muscle meat. Finally got a marker coming in though, at least. Vindus. That was the ripest, all right. Hydrate and stretch time, you got it. Cheers, and get a little vertical and sideways stretch. Oh. Arch the back, get all limbered up. All right, appreciate it. Blue Tag Clan. One day I'll catch some blue tags. I'm hoping that getting that spreadsheet that I'm going to start doing will help us narrow down some hook size effects to maybe hone in on trophies a little better. Tiny Ventus there. I'll give it just a few more minutes and I'll head back and cash these fish in. This will be the one last shorter than usual stream tonight just because I'm still wanting to make sure I'm able to keep an eye on the cat as he adjusts to his new medication. But next week we'll be back to our usual hour and a half plus streams. We're at 62 fish right now. Not too shabby, especially considering the first like 10 minutes were wasted catching nothing over at Bear Lake. Another small minnow. Shovel action here. Hey, another rhino beetle larva. I'm starting to get more rhino beetles than I am mole crickets, actually. It's interesting. Oh, another little Ventus. We can get one more fish to tie things up, make it a nice 65 fish. Come on, take the hook. There's that helicopter sound again. And there we go. All right, let's boat on back to the docks. Seagulls. All right, here we go. Do we got any cafe orders? Probably have this Ventus order. 120 gram. Oh, yeah. All right, well, there's 39 silver more or less. All right, so we did get a lot of non-marker, small Ventus, no whitefish, not really any ripest to speak of. So I'm going to guess we've got 60 total fish here. I'm going to go with 153 is my guess. 221.32 from Demeter. Got 169.42 from Branna. And this perch wasn't far off from my trophy, actually. See what our total came out to be. 119.12. We all overshot it. Usually we all underestimate here, but not so much tonight. Still, that's not bad. That plus the cafe order, that's almost 160 silver. Not terrible. Puts me over 5,000 total. Well on my way to the next rod upgrade. But again, this is a shorter than usual stream. We'll be back to our normal string lengths next week, as well as going to be alternating between this and Fishing Planet. Start playing around with that. See Drake's house. Let's see. How do you look at someone else's house? You go to their profile or something. Let's see. House. There we go. Let's take a look. You got the you said you got blue tag minnow here somewhere. Oh boy, that is a mighty fine specimen right there. Now the next one you really need to target. Forget the frog. You need to add a trophy clupanella here. or blue tag Clupanella. And get like the largest size frame you can get for it, just to really exaggerate it. That's the way to do it right there. That's my dream one time, is get a wall of just trophy little fish. Clupanella, they're a little small fish at Seversky Donitz. I think the biggest one I have is like a 12 gram or something like that. Kloop, 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 kloop. Yeah, kloop. There we go. Yeah, 15 gram is the biggest I've got. I think the trophy is like 24 gram or something like that. Yeah, that's that is the dream right there. Just a trophy little fish all over the walls. It's a shame that like the framing costs so much. It's like almost 1,000 silver to frame a fish. Can you scoop in someone's house? Nope. Yeah. Go back here. You leave the house. I guess just walk out. There we go. All right, so we did our end of stream shovel here for good luck. Yeah, oblique would be another good one as well. And we got dung beetle. That's kind of lucky, I guess. With that said, I hope everyone has a great weekend. I may or may not do a stream Sunday. CW's house. Yeah, it's good. I don't think I've ever seen his either. Then let's pull his up if I see his name somewhere. Check it from there. There we go. We'll take a little peek at his house before we hop out of here. We got trophy haddock, it looks like, and there's the football fish. Man, they are ugly, aren't they? That weird angler lure they've got on their head. Looks like I got a stick stuck in them. Pretty nice though. All right. Well, I hope I'll try to stream this weekend if I can. Got a lot planned to do. So if I don't see you guys this weekend, I'll see you all next week. Hope you get some good fishing and some good trophies this weekend. Thanks everyone for watching. Take it easy, folks.